Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the pool table. I am your host, Lain Brim, and this is the one-stop shop for the best celebrity interviews. Now, last week we sat down with Tom Cruise, and he told us all about his new movie, Top Gun 2. You know what? Actually, let's roll that clip from last week with Tom Cruise. Yeah. No. I agree with you, Tom. Honestly, I do. It's true. This is a very underrated show, and it's probably better than the Joe Rogan Experience by a long shot. But back to what we were saying about. Let's talk about Scientology because you said, your mic's not working. That I'm just saying, like next time, point the camera at the celebrity too. Like, don't just point it at me, because like, how are they even gonna know we have a guest if we're not like showing them that? And we're back. Sorry about that, y'all. So that was Tom Cruise. He's always a pleasure to have on the show. Now, unfortunately, this week, we were supposed to have Mark Wahlberg come in and tell us about his new restaurant, Wall Hot Dogs, which he apparently opened right next to his first restaurant, Wall Burgers. But he ended up having to cancel on us so he could think of a new name. Yeah. So we're going to talk about something a little different this week. We're going to switch it up. I want to start by talking about the Industrial Revolution. Now, you probably know what that is. It's a time in history where a ton of new innovations came to light, a lot of new inventions were made, mass production was revolutionized, and there's factories everywhere now because of it. And the downside of the Industrial Revolution that people don't often talk about as much is all the pollution that came from it. Now, the Environmental Revolution is actually a current movement that's going on in today's society, and it's basically composed of anybody that doesn't like pollution and has done something to cut it back. Now, this actually reminds me of something I learned about in college called the human condition. Now, the human condition are limits that we face as humans and how we can cope with them. And there's 7 key aspects or themes to the human condition. And happiness, which is one of them, has a lot to do with the Industrial Revolution because I think the main cause for a lot of the innovations and inventions in the Industrial Revolution was the pursuit of happiness. You know, people wanted to make the world better, and they did. But the pollution is definitely a downside, and that leads me to my next key aspect, which is uncertainty or not being in control. Now, this has a lot to do with this new environmental revolution because people are uncertain of whether the world's going to, fall apart due to all this pollution. And it seems like we're really not in control of it, but we kind of are. And these two revolutions may not actually be that similar, but they are similar in a way where both are just people trying to make the world a better place. Now, because we don't have a guest this week and I need to fill up time, I'm going to read you a little poem about pollution that I found on Pinterest. So let's start now. We all need to reduce our waste. Let's do it now with plenty of haste. It's also important for us to reuse. If we're really lucky, we'll be on the news. Our future must be sustainable. We can do it. It's all attainable. About our environment, we need to care. It's the only one we have, and we have to share. Global warming and greenhouse gases. To see the harm, you don't need glasses. As a team, we'll reduce pollution. Caring is the first solution. Well, they'll really just let you put anything on Pinterest, won't they? Well, that last part was nice, though. That was inspiring. It says, we'll reduce pollution. Caring is the first solution, And there actually are ways to reduce pollution today. You can pick up your trash anywhere you go. You can reuse plastic bag or, paper bags, whatever. But there is actually an organization that I wanted to talk about that organizes something called a World Cleanup Day every year. And this organization is called Let's Do It World, or LDIW. And these people, since 2018, they've actually organized a World Cleanup Day every year. Even this year, they were able to rally over 11 million people, I think, in the middle of this pandemic to clean up around their communities. And basically what World Cleanup Day is just anybody going outside and cleaning up their area around them. And it's not that hard to participate in. You can do it from wherever you live. And that's what Let's Do It World is all about. They want people to get out at least one day a year, hopefully more, and just clean up the world. And it's organizations like that that are really helping this environmental revolution sort of get its feet. So that's all we have for today. If you want to go clean up outside, that would be great. A lot of people would probably thank you for it. Just pick up your trash, and sorry we didn't have a guest this week. This has been the pool table. That coffee's cold as shit.